So today we're going to be exploring the Spanish Moss Trail. This is a hiking and biking and dog walking trail that runs right through Beaufort. It is absolutely amazing and we're going to explore it today. So stay tuned, we're getting after it right now. Do you want to know everything there is to know about the South Carolina Lowcountry? Whether it's Bluffton, Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, or Jasper County? Then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know everything about the South Carolina Lowcountry. My name is David Simcox, host of the channel and a local realtor. I get calls and emails every day from people just like you and you and you looking to make their move here, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 3 days, 3 months, or even 3 years, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or book a Zoom call, all in the description below so I can help you find your Lowcountry lifestyle. Today I'm on my bike and I'm riding the Spanish Moss Trail, an amazing old railroad trail that runs all through Beaufort, and we're going to be looking at some of the most beautiful sights and learning about the Spanish Moss Trail today. Let's get started. The Spanish Moss Trail, the Lowcountry's rails to trail, is a 10-mile greenway located in northern Beaufort County, South Carolina, that has become a must-experience activity for residents and visitors alike. The trail is a 12-foot wide paved path dedicated to those who want to walk, run, bike, fish, skate, or stroll, offering spectacular Lowcountry water and marsh views, coastal wildlife viewing, and historic points of interest as it meanders through the Spanish moss draped neighborhoods. Since 2012, 5 phases of the 10-phase master plan have been completed and are open for public enjoyment, connecting the city of Beaufort and the town of Port Royal. When the trail is fully developed, it will be approximately 16 miles in length. I just absolutely love how beautiful it is out here. And if you were in downtown Beaufort, you would never even imagine that this exists. But I mean, I just think this is an incredible feature for people that are thinking about moving to the South Carolina Lowcountry, and they love fitness, they love exercise, they love nature. I mean, you've got every kind of bird out here. You've got amazing vistas overlooking the water and the boats and the docks. I mean, if you wanted to jog out here, if you're training for a marathon or a triathlon, or you just like biking, as you can see, I got my kid seat on here. So if you want to take your kid out on the bike, or even if you want to take your dogs out for a jog or a walk, I mean, this is just an absolutely amazing gem here in Beaufort, South Carolina. So the Spanish Moss Trail is run by the Friends of the Spanish Moss Trail, which was founded in 2012 by Dean Moss and other community-minded leaders as a 501c3 nonprofit organization, which is dedicated to improving the quality of life in Beaufort County, South Carolina, by advocating for the development, enhancements, and maintenance of the Spanish Moss Trail. The continued success of the trail is made possible through community partnerships, local government, and participation and private support from people just like you. So this old abandoned building right here off the old railroad is actually an old pickle factory. And I think this would be just an incredible place to film maybe a horror movie or a rock video or something like that. But anyway, I'm sure that building has a lot of stories to tell. So all along the trail, there's all these really great benches. So if you want to take a break and rest your legs, or just sit here and relax and take in the nature. I'm actually sitting here watching these beautiful birds out here as people are walking by. Again, the Spanish Moss Trail is 10 miles long and it's open for public enjoyment. When the project is complete, it's going to have 16 miles of trail. It's open from dawn till dusk. It's 12 feet wide and paved for pedestrians and non-motorized vehicles, with the exception of motorized wheelchairs. There are 6 parking trailheads available. It's open to pets as long as they're on a leash, and there are pet waste management stations available. The Spanish Moss Trail offers beautiful water and marsh views and coastal wildlife viewing. It's open for recreational fishing on various trestles along the trail. There are restrooms along the way. Prohibited items and activities include motorized vehicles, alcoholic beverages, littering, and unleashed pets. So one of the things that I absolutely love about this is this feature they have. They've got these stations all along the trail that if you have any kind of issues or need a repair, they leave tools here. You've got Allen wrenches, screwdrivers, just about anything and everything you could want or need. And in my case, I actually, my front tire is just a tad bit low, so I'm gonna actually borrow their air pump and I'm gonna fill up just a little bit and we'll keep going from there. So I also wanted to point out that they do have these doggy, I don't know what you call this, a doggy poo station. So if your dog does need to go to the bathroom, you can clean up after them, put it right here in the bin, and just keep the trail nice for everybody. The Spanish Moss Trail is located in Beaufort, South Carolina, a city and the county seat of Beaufort County. It was chartered in 1711, and it is the second oldest city in South Carolina, just behind Charleston. Beaufort is known as the Queen of the Carolina Sea Islands. So all along the trail, there's these little quaint neighborhoods that are just oozing with Southern charm, and you'll see houses like the one behind me with the beautiful front porches that people love here in the Lowcountry. You'll see moss draped Spanish oaks. There are a bunch of different parking areas that you can choose from. Right now I'm at the Broom Lake trailhead. I'm about halfway from where I parked. And again, I just want to point out that you can actually go to the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, as you see right here. And they do have the app for the Spanish Moss Trail. I have it going in the background on my phone right now as I'm filming, and it'll show you the entire trail map. It'll show you different vista points where you can take photos. It'll tell you where bathrooms are at. It'll tell you kind of where you're at mile marker wise. So just a real neat thing to have on your phone. And of course they've got the QR code here if you need to scan that. And they also will show you like where you're at on the trail. So this is where I'm at right now, almost down to Port Royal. If I zoom in there, and I'm gonna make my way back this way now. All right, so this is really cool. Along the trail, I found this little Lowcountry library, and inside it, you can see people have left books, and if you're out for a walk and you just wanna sit and read, you need to make a rest stop along the way, not to worry. They do have porta potties all along the trail. Beaufort was the setting for several novels by longtime resident Pat Conroy. It is also a popular filming location for several Hollywood movies, including The Big Chill, The Prince of Tides, The Great Santini, Forrest Gump, Something to Talk About, and G.I. Jane. If you've ever read the book or seen the movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, you might remember a character, voodoo practitioner Minerva, who was based on a longtime Beaufort resident. So this is a really cool feature that I just noticed. All along the trail, there's these little markers, and this is sponsored by the Beaufort County Public Library, and it's actually pages to a children's book. So as you walk along the trail, it's the next page and the next page and the next page of this children's book. So if you're out walking with your kids, you can basically like read them a story as you hike and walk along the trail. I think that's really cool. Remember, if you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest happening here in the South Carolina Lowcountry, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications so you'll know every time we drop a new video. Also, as I was walking along the trail, I saw this sign that says Elliott and Fuller Tract, a protected forest, and it says, as you walk, take a minute to enjoy this 2-acre mixed hardwood forest next to the Spanish Moss Trail. Acquired in 2005, this property is just one of over 40 properties owned and managed by the Beaufort County Open Land Trust, South Carolina's oldest land trust. Beaufort is also a major tourist destination, known especially for its history. It has major festivals and arts events, including the Water Festival, a 2-week festival in the middle of July, and the Shrimp Festival, celebrating the local traditional industry in the first weekend in October. The Beaufort International Film Festival is held in mid-February each year and screens all kinds of independent films. A Taste of Beaufort is presented by Main Street Beaufort and is held on the first Saturday in May and features 20+ local restaurants, fine wines, and live music. Also, along the trail, you've got all these mile marker signs, but they also tell the elevation. So here we're at 17 feet above sea level. So just across the water here, you can see the Technical College of the Lowcountry, but that actually used to be the Mather School, and it talks about it here. It says, Rachel Crane Rich Mather arrived in Beaufort in 1867. She was sent by the American Missionary Association to establish a normal or teacher training school for freedmen. She quickly discovered that very few former enslaved people had basic reading and writing skills. Instead of a school for teachers, she started a school for poor girls. After years of teaching and housing young women and girls, the school became the Mather Normal School in 1882 and began instructing teachers. Its mission changed again in 1932 when a full 12 grades were taught and the high school received accreditation. In 1955, the school became Mather Junior College and began admitting men also. Today, it is the Technical College of the Lowcountry and serves 4 counties and over 10,000 students. So that's a really cool history lesson on the Technical College of the Lowcountry. So one thing I was going to mention is just trail etiquette. So if you are riding on the trail and you're about to pass a person, you want to announce that you're passing them so you don't scare the crud out of them. So as you pass somebody, just say, passing on the left, like I'm doing here, and when you pass somebody, they're not going to be scared if you just roll up on them and come flying by at full speed. Beaufort has also been named as one of the best art towns in America. There are close to 20 galleries that operate within the city, with hundreds of local residents contributing to the arts scene. On this placard, it talks about the Magnolia Line. I'm not going to read all of this, but it says the Port Royal Railroad Company was chartered in 1857 to build a railroad from Port Royal, South Carolina to Augusta, Georgia. The Civil War interrupted planning and railroad construction and did not begin until 1870. The last spike was driven into the 110-mile railroad in 1873, which quickly boosted the local economy. I'm not going to read this whole thing. You'll have to come explore this trail on your own, but there's all these great placards all along the trail to learn about the history of this Lowcountry region. Right here at mile marker 4.61, you can see that there's a sign directing you over to the Technical College of the Lowcountry and Beaufort County Memorial Hospital. So I just think that's great that folks that are working here or people going to school at the Technical College can basically just walk right through here and they're right on the Spanish Moss Trail. This is kind of an interesting placard that I read along the trail. It talks about the phosphate industry. From 1868 to 1890, South Carolina was a major source of phosphate in the United States. It says phosphate is used as a plant fertilizer to increase crop yields. By the mid-19th century, the expansion and mechanization of agriculture throughout the world increased the need for fertilizer. It says in 1885, South Carolina produced over half of the world's phosphate. So again, I'm not reading the whole thing. You'll have to come on the Spanish Moss Trail if you want to read the whole thing. Public K through 12 education in Beaufort is administered by the Beaufort County School District and was established in the 1860s. There are currently 8 elementary schools, 4 middle schools, 4 high schools, and 6 private schools. There are 3 options for higher education in Beaufort. Both the University of South Carolina Beaufort North Campus and the Technical College of the Lowcountry main campus are located within city limits. Clemson University also operates a university extension office. So another great thing to do on the Spanish Moss Trail is wildlife viewing. And so there's all these waterways and trees and preserves around here. And so it does definitely give you a chance to observe some beautiful wildlife. You might see dolphin out in the water. We've got some birds out here. I don't know if they're cleaning themselves or what they're doing, showing off for me right now. But lots of opportunity for bird watching all along the trail. If you are thinking of moving to or visiting Beaufort, South Carolina, there are a ton of things to do. From outdoor activities like fishing and boating, to shopping, going to the beach at Hunting Island State Park, partaking in the arts, learning about the Gullah culture, taking tours on the horse-drawn carriages, visiting historical sites, playing golf at one of the many golf courses, or even enjoying some of the nightlife right on Bay Street. Now, if you're thinking of moving to Beaufort, South Carolina, the housing market is characterized by steady growth and high demand. With its historic charm, scenic waterfront views, and proximity to military bases, Beaufort attracts a diverse mix of residents, including retirees, military personnel, and young professionals. The market offers a range of housing options, from historic homes in downtown Beaufort to newer developments in surrounding areas. Home prices have been steadily increasing, driven by strong demand and limited inventory. Despite the competitive market, Beaufort's appeal continues to attract buyers looking for a mix of southern charm and coastal living. So what do you think? Would you enjoy biking and hiking and walking this trail? Comment down below and tell me what you think. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed exploring the Spanish Moss Trail with me today. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest happening here, be sure and like, subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications so you'll know every time I drop a new video. And if I can help you find your low country lifestyle, go ahead and give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or book a Zoom call, all in the description below. It's been an absolute pleasure spending time with you today. I hope to meet you in person at some point, but if not, I hope to at least see you on the next video. Have a great day.